Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Gio, and today we're going to talk about Theodd1sout and how people are trying to cancel him on Twitter. Hey everyone, back with another video. Sorry on the video being a little bit late. I would have had it out yesterday. My only issue was the fact that I was really having trouble with my editing software, and also the fact that one of the applications that I'm using in order to edit videos wasn't working. So sorry about that. Hopefully you guys can understand. And another thing is I've just been really busy, considering this last week has been nothing but finals for the end of the semester. So I've kind of had to been focusing on that in order to try to get through. But as long as you guys can stick with me, I'm back to making videos again, and can't wait to get started. Anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is the YouTuber named James Rawlson, otherwise known as Theodd1sout, who pretty much I'm sure you've heard of, since he's one of the most beloved family-friendly animators on the YouTube platform. And this whole controversy centering around how he made this video, I think it was a few years ago, that people are saying is offensive. And I mean, keyword years ago, that's the first thing I would say about it. But if you think that's where it just starts, no. Or if you think that's the only thing going on here, no, there's more. But so I'm sure you can see, as by that /s thing I put on the screen, a lot of people were getting mad at him because after he made a joke that some people called him offensive for, he didn't use this term called /s that I've never heard of. I've literally never heard of it, and apparently it's this whole thing on the internet. But apparently terms like /s or /gen are supposed to be used after you make something on the internet, because you're supposed to use it as a way for people who usually don't pick up on jokes or certain things on the internet in order to understand. So someone who doesn't understand a joke as easily, you're supposed to put something there. So /s means /sarcastic. And so people were constantly attacking him, saying, oh, why didn't you use /s if it was a joke, like blah blah blah, all this weird stuff. And in response to that, he sort of made a joke about it. He eventually had to delete the tweet because people found it offensive. I mean, honestly, I could care less. I just thought it was kind of funny. But his tweet, as you can see right here, said, I think putting /s to show sarcasm is a really great and useful tool, /s, basically meaning he completely dissed it by saying he was being sarcastic by saying it was useful, which to me is funny, because he kind of just pissed off a bunch of the people who got offended by it. But pretty much that was one of the key reasons he was being attacked. Again, over a joke he made years ago, meaning it wasn't even recent, meaning he would have changed most likely by then, that people are starting to attack him over. And I also kind of laugh about the fact that people started accusing him of being all these other things. I mean, Theodd1sout, of all people, has never been in controversy before. And I mean, Theodd1sout is one of the most lovable YouTubers on the planet, I guess you could say. Yet there are people that went out there and tried to attack him because of something he made years ago, and I mean a long time ago. But so pretty much he's kind of just been neutral through the whole thing. It happened a long time ago, or it's happened a few weeks ago, so it might have just resolved itself by now. But what really sticks out to me is the fact that most people called him ableist. Of all things, they were able to call him ableist because he didn't use it. And if you don't know what ableist means, it basically means someone who makes fun of people with disorders. And I mean, with all due respect, I don't mean to seem like the meanest kind of person, but to be honest, I would argue that having a disorder known as not getting a joke the first time, I wouldn't compare that to other disorders that actually affect people and both mentally and physically. I would certainly not compare certain, let's compare Down syndrome, for example. Imagine comparing Down syndrome to someone not understanding a joke, and you can see there's a drastic difference. I'm sorry if you're one of those people that don't get jokes the first time, but I gotta lay down the hammer here. Those are not the same thing, and you should not be calling him ableist because of that. I could see if he was making fun of someone with a certain disorder, but no, he's just not putting some term in there, which again I had never heard of, meaning there's a good chance he maybe never heard of it. I don't know why I have to whip out an Urban Dictionary every single time I make a joke. But I guess as humanity, we've so far fallen that we can't even make jokes anymore. Like, it's fascinating to me to see sometimes how people are, and like how literally any small detail can be passed off as like super offensive. Like even now, as of recording this, I just found this out yesterday, so maybe wouldn't have made it into the video. But apparently now, Vancouver Canucks, aka a hockey team, I've talked about them before on the channel. Vancouver Canucks, if you didn't know, their logo is a whale. Think of it, a whale, and yet people want to make them change their logo because apparently it's offensive. But I guess that's just how we are in 2020. Like, think of all the things back in the day that never would have been seen as offensive, and now look at them today. Like, it's really beyond my understanding to think of how many things we can get offensive or offended by. Like I don't mean, like, if you do truly get offended by these things, that's fine. Like, you can maybe leave a comment, we can have a discussion about it. I'm always open to discussions. But like, I'm shocked to see some of the things that people are like today. Like James Rollison, Theodd1sout. I even met him in person. Like, I know the kind of person he is, and I know he would never do anything to offend people. I just think it's sad that like the first thing they got offended at him and told him he needed to use /s. Then him being sort of a joking guy made a joke about it, which was definitely not like received very well. So he made a tweet to apologize for it, and most people saw that as the right thing to do. It just amazes me to think that like even after he had apologized, there were even people that were calling him like blank-ophobic, like insert thing here ophobic, insert thing here ist. Like he barely even made a thing. I can understand if it was a joke he made recently, or if it was a joke that was like extremely offensive. But like, you gotta think, him as a person, he's never been in trouble before, and he's never made offensive jokes. Like, he's never been one to put his opinion out there in politics. So all of these things that people are trying to call him out for, I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with it. Like, maybe he made a joke back in the day, that's fine, but that was back in the day. You don't know that he couldn't have changed by then. And then the other thing is the fact that like, okay, then you want him, if he's making a joke, to use a certain term. A lot of people have never heard of this term before. Like me, I usually try to be pretty PC when it comes to things. I had never heard of this term once in my entire life. Like, literally, I had to research all these different terms while I was making this video. So you can't just expect people to immediately join the internet and immediately have all these terms, like sort of like burned into their brains. Because a lot of people don't exactly remember it. And a lot of people have never heard of it, like me. Like, I bet you a lot of these people that are going to be watching this video right now, I want you to maybe leave me a comment and tell me if you have ever heard of /s/gen/j. And obviously not a lot of people have ever heard of this. Like, this is the first time ever hearing it. So I just don't think that they can really expect us all to know about it. And I understand there are some people that don't understand jokes, but that's kind of not to the point where we literally have to be called a certain blank-ist because we're not specifying a joke for you. So, anyways, that's kind of going to include in my video a little bit. It's sort of a little bit like a rant, but I also wanted to turn this video into a bit of an open discussion. So, maybe if you have a certain opinion, leave me a comment about it. And, again, like, no shade goes out to anybody who found this offensive. Obviously, your opinion is always valid. I just kind of wanted to defend him because I felt like he didn't really do anything wrong, and he made a joke, but I guess jokes don't count anymore. So, pretty much, thanks for watching the video. So again, like I always say, please consider subscribing, liking, and hitting or leaving a comment, I'm sorry. But, anyways, I also want to bring up the fact that I will be doing another sort of like video involving a Q&A, so if you'd really like to, maybe go and leave me a comment down below and I'll answer your questions. I was just able to figure out how I'm going to be doing my editing software again because my application started working again. Just a little bit of a miscommunication going on there between like between the update files and pretty much me. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing, liking, and hitting that button again. I know I said it, but I just wanted to say it again. And as always, stay awesome, stay quarantined. See you guys later.